Hello, and thank you for tuning into this episode of Animals and Ames. My name is Ron Edwards. I'm the Animal Control Supervisor here for the Ames Animal Shelter and Animal Control Program. Our guest host today is going to be Abby Wyman again, who is our Animal Control Clerk and the person, most importantly, who does the adoptions here at the shelter. So she's the one that reviews all those applications that we get from amazing potential adopters and, of course, finalizes those adoptions with the wonderful people and the families that we select to adopt our furry friends here at the shelter. So let's meet some kitties with Abby today. It's just going to be a kitty show. All of our dogs have been adopted, so that's great news for all of those. They're in their warm homes, especially during these really cold temperatures right now. So we're going to meet some great kitties today.
All right, guys, our first guest today is Pickles. Pickles was transferred to us from the Story County Animal Shelter at the very end of 2020, like the last day of 2020 on New Year's Eve. He had been with them since October of 2020, so nothing crazy, but he's been in shelters for a while. We have him at about 2 years old. He is one of the sweetest cats. He is currently living in one of our cage-free rooms. And one of the things that is so great about Pickles is he's like the emotional support cat greeter of all the new cats that come into the room. Even if they love being with other kitties, going into a new room can be kind of scary. So Pickles actually, when a new kitty comes into the room, he'll go over to them and snuggle them and try to get them comfortable. And he's just so loving and so calm, so intuitive to people and other cats. You know, one of the things we love about cats is their sassy, independent nature, but he really is kind of dog-like in the way that he just picks on other people and animals' emotions and is not just picks up on it, but tries to negate any of the negative ones. So he's a doll, currently available for adoption. I would love to place him in a home with another cat. If you have a cat in your home that seems lonely, maybe stressed when you leave to go to work, especially those of us who are going back to work after having been home for so long. If you have a kitty, or maybe even a dog at home who needs some companionship, Pickles would be so good for that, especially if it's a shy or kind of nervous cat. He seems to be very good at picking up on that kind of thing. So again, Pickles is about 2 years old. He's neutered, fully vaccinated, dewormed, microchipped, just like everybody. So he is all ready to go home, just like we're doing with COVID right now. Just get online, fill out an application, and once we get you approved, we'll get you an appointment to come in and meet this handsome boy. All right, and our next guest today is Jester. He's also about 2 years old. Came to us as a stray. Someone found him running loose, so they called our animal control officer, and we got out there and scooped him up. Really happy he's inside with how the weather has been this week. He is a really sweet cat. Don't look at me, look at the camera. He's a really laid back kind of dude of a cat, like not really a whole lot stresses him out. He's very calm, very easygoing, just kind of likes to hang out and just be with you. So he'd be great if you're looking for a really laid back, calm, easygoing companion. He's young, so he'll want to play. He'll want to be a silly boy sometimes, but for the most part, he's just kind of content to hang out. He's an example of one of the things we have to do when they come in as far as their medical care. He had kind of an upset stomach when he arrived, which is sometimes from intestinal parasites, sometimes the stress of being here. So that's where the donations come in handy. So he got lots of medicine and special food to get that all taken care of for him. So he's feeling all better now, and he arrived to us like that, so probably something he'd been experiencing while he was living outside. So all the more important that they get in here so that we can get them all taken care of. And that kind of care is something that's really important to us. We want to make sure that they go home healthy and happy. We want their new adopters to just enjoy them and enjoy getting them settled into the home without having to worry about, them needing shots the next day or needing any kind of medical care immediately. So he's all better now and all ready for adoption. Like I said, he's 2 years old. I believe he would do well with other cats. I'm not sure if they tested him with dogs yet. if someone applied for him who had a dog, we would definitely dog test him. We have a couple of staff dogs here that are good cat testers, so we could always double check that. With how easygoing he is, I think he would do well with children. He is so sweet, as long as, not only, there's only so much we can expect of them when children are pulling on ears and pulling on tails, but he would probably do really, really well. So if you're interested in Jester, just make sure you get online and fill out an application. All right, everybody, and this here is Star. Star's pretty wiggly and wanting to get down and play. This is the playroom, so he knows he can find lots to do in here. So we'll keep his little intro short so he can get back to playing. But Star is about 2.5 years old. He came to us as a owner surrender. Actually, the original adopter had to move back home and had given him to friends. He was passed from owner to owner, which is not what we really want, until basically the last owner. Oh, you can see he's using his scratching board there. He's a good boy. He was passed from owner to owner until the very last owner moved back home, and then he kind of ran out of people, so now he's back here with us. He originally was to our shelter as a transfer. He is now, and then he was surrendered to us. So Star's another example of a kitty that needed some medical care while he was here. He had a broken tooth that our friends at Somerset Vet Hospital took care of for him. And as you can see, he's a really playful, happy guy. Loves to play, loves to interact with people and toys. So as you can see, he's still young and very playful and very active. Loves to be around people, has lived with their cats before and done well. And we, of course, could do a dog intro if an applicant had a dog and was interested in knowing how he did with dogs. Star is available for adoption. If you just go to our website, you can fill out an application. We can schedule you an appointment to come in and meet him. All right, and our next guest is the youngest of everyone here. This is Coral. She is 4 months old, and she's got these beautiful calico markings with the tabby mixed in. And as you can see, she's so sweet. She is a big purr machine, very sweet, very affectionate, typical young kitten. Loves to be around people, loves to get all of the attention, gets her little playful moments. She's not an itty bitty anymore, so she's easy to care for. Still young though, so important to take into consideration that she's got a long life ahead of her. Adopting a kitten's kind of like having a kid. They can live about 18 years, so she's got hopefully a long, healthy, happy life ahead of her. She is set to be spayed. She's still intact right now, but she will be spayed before she goes home. She's getting spayed next week, so we'll get everything all worked out so that she'll be spayed before she goes home to her new family. We are starting to accept applications on her now, just so we can make sure we have a family lined up and ready to go after she's spayed. We believe she does well with other cats. She's young enough. I think a dog would be something she could, even if she's not overly thrilled with at the moment, with a really calm, sweet dog that would not be intimidating to her, I think she would do really well. And of course, kittens are always usually great with kids as long as the kids are gentle with them. We always want kids to be gentle with any cat, but definitely these little guys. So if you're interested in Coral, make sure you go online and fill out an application for her. All right, and our last guest today, we have come to him. He has come a long way, but he's just not quite ready to be carried up into the room yet. So this is Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice came to us as a stray. He was caught in a live humane trap. Someone saw him running loose outside and wanted to get him in and make sure he was safe, especially at the beginning of this winter. So when he first arrived, he was not very happy about human companionship. And when he went in for his neuter, the veterinarian actually discovered he had a pretty significant wound on the side of his face. So once they treated that, he came around, which happens sometimes. Sometimes they haven't had a whole lot of human exposure, and then when they're in pain, it's just kind of leave me alone kind of thing. So he's definitely a lot better, but he's still a little shy in new situations. His name is Beetlejuice. We have him guessed to be about 3 years old. He's a beautiful tuxedo cat, which if anyone knows me, they know that tuxedo cats are my favorite color of cat. He does spend a lot of time in his litter box, which if anyone knows a little bit about cat behavior, you know that when a cat is scared and feels uncomfortable, they will lay in their litter box because it's one of the places that smells the most like them. So as gross as that sounds to us, it's just what makes him comfortable. The camera has him a little bit shy, but you can see he's very sweet. Does not mind pets and infection whatsoever. In fact, when the camera's not here and scaring him, he will... Let's see. Oh, he's not going to put his butt up for me today. Is the camera making you shy, Beetlejuice? Normally, he will throw his butt up into your hand when you're petting him. He does let us pick him up. I'm just not going to make him do that right now because he's a little scared of that camera, aren't you? What is that thing? He is super sweet though. He would do really, really well with someone who has had cats before. Quiet home, probably, I would definitely say no children. Other cats would probably be okay. I would probably say not a dog. But luckily these cats that have lived outside are usually really good with other animals of their species, so cats. So if you have the patience, he probably wouldn't need very long, maybe a week or two just to get acclimated to the home. And then he'd be super sweet. I wish he would do it for us, but he has the tiniest little baby meow, which does not match his body at all. But he's so sweet and so very handsome and lovely. He's got just like this little stripe of white that goes down his nose, and it's actually underneath on his little lip too. So he's got like just a tiny thin little mustache on his face. You can see you probably can't tell very much in the camera, but when I run my finger over his cheek, he does lean into it. So this is Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice would be great for the cat savvy adopter who loves to rescue these kinds of guys. I really don't think he's going to be much work. He's never really had much of an aggressive bone in his body other than acting defensive when he first arrived. So if you're looking for somebody who you can give a nice quiet home to, at least initially, Beetlejuice is your guy.
Well, that's our show for today. I want to thank Abby for showing our beautiful animals here available for adoption, our beautiful kitties that we have available for adoption right now. That was just a few of them. Always check our website, amesanimalshelter.org. You can see up to date every half an hour who is here at the shelter available for adoption. If you're looking for a lost pet, you can also click on the Lost Pets at the Shelter link and see all of the animals that are waiting for their people to come and claim them. So again, thanks Abby for doing a great show and showing our beautiful furry friends. We are going to be opening this up to other city employees who are going to be showing our wonderful animals here available for adoption as guest hosts to kind of show off our beautiful critters that we have here. So keep an eye out for new shows. Hopefully it'll be fun and interesting and hopefully get all these pets adopted into their homes. So thanks for watching.